Good morning, MMT, 5:33 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. We are gathered here in pre-market futures and how to use pre-market futures to your benefit on the opening bell here now and live. One of the things is it was the producer price index that came out unchanged and core producer price index up 0.3% March versus 0.2% February. Initial jobless claims ending 4/7 up 13,000 to 380 whopping thousand. So as the data surfaces on a Thursday and initial jobless claims, it's ending 4/7. So look, the 4-week moving average up 42.50 to 368.500. And it's still, how is the Federal Reserve going to get the unemployment rate down? Because unemployment rate could go up. So far, the stimuluses and the injections on that other side in QE3 and all that other stuff, who cares? What we care about is how that futures market is trading, because ultimately you're going to see the prices of equity, and we've been featuring the Apple trade every morning. When it gapped up above here in pre-market, it was a short. And how do I use that pre-market, that futures tape, in the overall tone of that hour and a half to short the high end of gaps in pre-markets and then buy them back before the opening bell, and or because it's gapping below there, that means that that's a starting out as a left elbow down. And let us not forget, on this Thursday, it's a weekly options expiration, and it's the kickoff of the royal earnings season with a royal gap on that Google trade here and now at 5:35 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. It shall open on that opening bell. It will go down to the wire to the closing bell. And another thing we would like to feature along with that is we are building the short positions. Why the CMG was up at the higher end. It was a great trade off the bottom back up there, but then it already rang the cash register on one reversal for us. Then we got long. Now we're short again, just so you know. And where are we short at? Up toward that 426 handle with that 419.01 penny bid and an ask of 425.79. Now, we're going to be making a market and taking a look at that closing price on this one here relative to that bid. And remember, you have to get those positions up at the high end of the bull run, such as CMG has been displaying clearly. It's been a tremendous run for the bull side, but they get tired up there and they have to come down. And then when they get down there at that bottom again, if you're short up at the high, we will teach you how to buy the low end and go long against that short and say, ring, ring the cash register, because at least you're getting a positive debit trade off that low end bottom at that price support level entry. So there it is right there. And all the stocks that we have featured going into this wonderful earnings season, I will be featuring one of the better companies, if not one of the all-time greatest companies in the world, and that's the Google Inc. And what have the Google boys done to put money on that bottom line and that top line revenue growth, and can they deliver? And one of the keys is going to be MMT, and this is in pre-market, 5:38 a.m., preparing for earnings season. Google kicking it off. Google has never reported during the first week of earnings. They have not. They've always been in the second week slot. So one of the things that we're going to be looking at as we move through here is this wonderful gap. And why would the big community money want to own it? That's the bigger people. Why would they want to own this up to 740 over a period of time? And is it still relatively what? Discounted to the other products? Yes, the Google trade is a trade where those earning cycles that it's displayed is generally, I can tell you, that was a year ago, April, and we'll do this in the Google special. But right now, it's pre-market. We're going to be getting it on. I'm going to tell you another thing. We are short right now, here and now, on that gap, and we've been featuring this Apple short. How to short pre-market. How do I square that opening bell? When that was up there, when I was pointing it out, where they'll be shorting right around, not a little bit late, 627 and some pennies now. Speaker one and speaker two, hey, you know what I call that one. And I'm going to say, like this right here, ka-ching. Because why? When you learn how to take advantage of the bull market run, which has been, missing for about 12 years, and as this new bull cycle sets itself up, you will have pre-market, how do I square that opening bell? And what do I do? Well, I'm going to be a buyer down here on the bottom as it tanks. And as we said, that Google has a huge gap. People want to own it. 635, 641, 641.50. That's the price, MMT. Let's let that be known. And shorting Apple, how do I take advantage of pre-market? How do I use price to set my opening bell up? So when I'm getting short in pre-market, I'm taking $5, $4 profit, and then I'm going to get net long on that opening bell and get to going that way when it turns. Because yes, it's been the most wonderful stock as far as bouncing off that bull support. But let me caution you one thing, is that because of the lower short interest level, you're going to not, you can come down and you can print through those delta lines to the lower delta lines. So the delta can increase again, the Gini expansion for the MMTs now. So it's 623.02 by 623.42 with a close of 626 and a short sell in play in pre-market. Learn how to short pre-market, buy the cover, get paid. Learn how to get long off the bottom of the opening bell. Learn how to get paid shorting pre-market, and it works going long and selling into the gap. So we're long Google. So we sell right into the gap. Okay? And it's earnings day here. So we take our profits here, and we take our profits here in pre-market. That's how it works. Excuse me there. Pre-market, there it is right here. Time, buy to cover. We're going to close out that trade at 5:42 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Then we're going to get ready and start hopping right over there to these put options right here that are paying a lot of money on 413 that expire tomorrow. Yes, they will go up in price again. Yes, they will make all-time highs in the price. And then we will bring the cash register because we own these. As far as the 625 call goes, we will take a look now that we're below the strike price. This is pre-market update. 630 by 650, 970 with the 990 range with the 1545 on the high. And let me tell you one thing. There will be a lower wholesale bid. And as I was saying yesterday, I wanted to steal this right here for $1.60 as we go through Thursday with the earnings over here. how to take profits in pre-market. Everything is pre-market analysis. And how am I going to get the best bid over here? And what else am I going to be looking at? I'm going to be ringing the cash register on what? I'm going to go right over here now, and I'm going to show you another one. And I'm going to show you the back end of what you have to be looking at as soon as I populate the option for the 620 call. Now, I like it. Was $12.75. It has a $10.50 penny wholesale bid. That's the range. And there it is on the low. And there was a high. And let me tell you, one of the things that the MMTs can do is that, look at here, that super gap, selling short the super gap, selling out of it, like I said in this video. We own it. So what? It's an earnings day. It was a super gap up there at 41. Why not take your profits from the previous day? But guess what? There's going to be a lot of volatility. And I'm going to steal the 620 call against, we already own the 645 put. So we'll just let that one keep going. But we're still going to trade this one wholesale off of the bottom and ring that cash register. I'll see you in 45 minutes to that opening bell. Pre-market featuring how to short Apple in pre-market, how to do an earnings season on Google, and why this pre-market is more special than any other one. It's because you've had a 90-day complete bull run cycle. And now Mario said that the first trading day of April that you would have price volatility increasing. It's been absent how well the people adjust to the tape when you are getting those short debits off of the highs in bull runs and buying that bull support and then running it right back up, making a series of maybe newer higher highs and or selling right into that resistance level. But now that you do get price volatility increase, 90 days, I said, at a very minimum. And it is here now. And learning how to short the gap up here. People get scared to short that higher number. Yeah, it's an earnings season. So what? You're shorting up there, and right now we're buying back, and you buy back at the lower level, and you learn how to get out between this bid and this ask. Sign up now. Special preview. Google. Now it's time, that's when you have to know how to buy to cover in pre-market. So as I said earlier in the video, with live trades, we're covering because that taking that first round of profit during that 45-minute pre-market is how you don't need to barter with it because you can get a secondary entry now, and you can. And the thing about it is you want to learn how to get adjusted both on that lower support level, at that bull support level, yes you do, and not only that, once again on the upper end of that, you want to put that short out there. I will tell you where to put the short out so that when you get long off of that bottom, where you're going to sell short is where you sell the long and then you sell into it short, and that's going to be at 627.21 pennies. 627.21 pennies on the upper end of that market on that cap. We'll look at on that opening bell where I buy and sell that rip. And here you go. You want this beautiful weekly expiration $620 call that will get down to a very attractive wholesale entry. And you will want to be a participant when that wholesale entry gets there. And remember, talk is cheap. It's 5:50 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, 4/12/2012. Not only that, we're 14 minutes into this little analysis. And how am I going to steal that wholesale bid? Options weekly. There's a lot going on today. And once again, pre-market during earnings season. You want to learn to take advantage of all the headlines and all of the gap entries and all of the lower end of those, and you want to get long off those bottoms as you're doing right over there, speaker number two.